Welcome back to my channel, ladies. Today I want to talk about my 5 top tips for how to prepare your best to your next or first IVF cycle. Okay, now that we had some fun, and as you can see, I am a mother to a 14-month baby and a 2.5 toddler. So I want to dive in this video to help you to produce this result, a happy, healthy baby. Let's go. If you have been gone through the process with a fertility doctor and you're about to start your cycle, whether it's your first or your 10th, it doesn't really matter. I hope your doctor suggested to make some changes in your diet and your lifestyle. If this doctor haven't pointed on those topics, I really highly suggest to consider this doctor again, because it's very much known even amongst doctors that are not professional for diet and cannot prescribe any diet for fertility, because first of all, they're just not the professionals from that aspect, so they're restrained from doing that, and they're just basically good in prescribing medication because this is what their education is for. Every doctor knows to talk about these issues, and they know that in order to improve their odds, your odds to conceive, you better be doing those changes as well. IUI treatment and IVF cycle can be extremely productive when we incorporate a high in fats, in animal fats diet. So that means that our eggs are going to thrive, start really improving that quality of eggs and sperm when we put high quality fats into our diet. That includes omega-3 types of fats and all the fat-soluble vitamins, minerals like A, D, E, and K that need the fat in order to be absorbed in an appropriate way into our body, into our reproductive system. Tip number 2 will be to remove all the processed foods from your diet. Everything that looks like processed meats, sausages, deli meats, or just regular sugary stuff that we have that are packaged. Obviously, all the cookies and the ice cream and the pizza and all of those processed, ultra processed foods that are stealing and robbing our reproductive system from the minerals and vitamins that we're trying to put in order to fertilize that beautiful soil that the baby wants to grow in. Tip number 3, let's talk about carbohydrates. If you are in this infertility journey, you probably already have read a book or two or an article about some diet-related solutions. Now, that means that you probably are already familiar with the term low glycemic carbohydrates. And this is where a lot of people get confusion, and this is why so many books that are written about fertility diets are misleading and creating situation where so many women believe that they're eating whatever needs to be eaten and they're doing everything that needs to be done and they're still failing in the journey. Well, that's because science is a little bit behind of where it should get to in order to fully unfold the proper diet for infertility. Because if science already figured it out, then why would we have infertility rates coming up all the time? Then why would infertility doctors that are giving IVF cycles would not have a certain diet to prescribe, but rather they would prefer to give general recommendation? Why is that? First of all, like I said before, they're not nutritionists and they're not knowing enough about nutrition and infertility. It's not their job, it's not their education, right? And second, because there's really not a diet, a fertility diet that is science-based. So everything that you will learn, even from me, you're gonna have to go and try it and see for yourself, because science is a little bit behind. So why am I doing what I'm doing, and why am I claiming that the ketogenic diet can actually help you? And why, in tip number 3, I'm going to tell you that you must reduce carbohydrate to the minimum possible when you're trying to conceive and elevate fats again. So when we're talking about a low glycemic diet, we're not restricting the amount of carbohydrates, but we're restricting the type of carbohydrates. But I want to make you to understand a simple thing about the body. Your body doesn't know, okay? It sounds maybe a little bit, what is she talking about? But this is what science does shows us. Okay, there is a very, very slight difference between what the body signals, what the hormone signals, between when we eat whole rice, brown rice, or white rice, or when we put fruit that are low glycemic, like berries, or high glycemic, like mangoes and watermelon. It doesn't make a difference on your fertility. What does make the difference are the actual amount of carbohydrates that you're consuming in your diet. So now you can say, well, that means that I can eat the cake and actually enjoy it when it's just a little bit? I would say absolutely yes. Now, hear me out, right? Because I want for you the best results. I would not encourage making bad nutritional choices, not even once in a while when you're trying to conceive. Because remember that if you have a problem, a challenge to conceive, then that means that there is a very high level of inflammation and insulin resistance in the body, and that needs healing. Now, when we challenge this system with a piece of cake here and a bowl of rice there, and even those healthy, low glycemic carbohydrates that are just helping insulin resistance rise up and just helping this inflammatory factors to rise up, it doesn't matter to our body whether it's healthy carbs or bad carbs. I'm telling you to take a different approach. I'm telling you that you better eat a piece of cake that has less of 20 grams of carbs and call it a day for the whole day, and then the rest of the time focus on fats and proteins like I already mentioned, and reduce the amount of carbohydrates. Tip number 4 would be remove vegetable oils. So we talked in tip number 1 about sources of fat. There are also bad sources of fat. One of them will be vegetable oils. They're highly toxic, and they actually have a lot of anti-nutrients in them. So especially if you used to cook on olive oil, avocado oil, or sunflower oil or rapeseed oil, all of these oils, when they are going into a high temperature, can be highly toxic to us. Other than that, we don't want to consume sunflower oil and all of those rich in omega-6 types of oils, because we don't want to disrupt the balance between omegas 9, 6, and 3s, where we prefer to have a higher content of omega-3 in our system in order for our reproductive system to thrive. So when we're choosing vegetable-based oils, we're giving priority to more toxic oils and to more high in omega-6 and 9 type of oils, and these ones are not promoting fertility. Tip number 5, and my last one, will be a very, very hard one for many women. especially because there is so much confusing information about this. We really want to put you on the type of diet that creates the best results and does not confuse the body. So my tip would be remove dairy from your diet at the time of conception period and even through your pregnancy. If you do decide to go along with dairy, I would highly recommend to put your attention on a higher in fat type of dairy, whole milk, and not skim milk, high in fat cheese, and really also pay attention to the quality and the source of the product. If you have a local farm that can produce you this kind of product, that's wonderful. But if all you can is to buy really processed type of dairy and low fat yogurts, then this would absolutely be a huge sabotage to your conception fertility diet. So these were my 5 top tips. Remember, I'm here to provide you with information that can lead to conception in 100%, especially if you are considered to be a case of unexplained infertility, endometriosis, and PCOS. And I'm here to tell you that I'm so confident, like I've never been about anything else in my life, that if you will take the tips, the information from this video and other ones from my channel, I can promise you that this will be way more effective, fast, easy, and honestly super delicious than to go through the painful process of IVF. I want to take a second to say thank you for watching this video and many more videos on my channel. I hope you like the content and I hope that it was very useful for you. If you do like this content, please subscribe to my channel to support it. If you're willing to explore how we can work together, you can reach out to me throughout the details down below and we can see how I can be of service to you and if we are a good fit. All right, I hope to see you in my next video with many more unconventional information about fertility. Have a beautiful day. See you soon.